New at 10, work underway to limit wildfire risk.
In the past week, CAL FIRE has responded to at least 4 fires here in the Bay Area. KTVU meteorologist Mark Tamayo shows us how a team of firefighting agencies is hoping to identify fire-prone areas before new fires start.
Leaf litter needle on the ground, vines, combustible mulch.
A newly assembled wildfire prevention team is strategically roaming North Bay neighborhoods.
Fire department, non-emergency.
The Marin Wildfire Prevention Authority is a unified front of 17 member agencies and is helping communities adapt to the threat of wildfire.
If this ignited, it would pretty quickly carry up.
Tate Thompson is the lead inspector, and his team has been growing. 28 inspectors are currently making the rounds.
We hit the ground. We have some of our returning inspectors started earlier in April, and so they've already completed over 2,000 inspections. And now that we've got the other group in, we'll probably see 800 inspections a week.
Last season, we were in the middle of a severe drought, and there was alarming concern for a disastrous fire season. While the rainfall last winter erased the drought, the vegetation has since been growing and drying at a rapid rate. This is the leading concern for the fire season at our doorstep.
You can hear the energy of that fire burning.
Mark Brown is the executive officer of the Marin Wildfire Prevention Authority and has witnessed extreme fire behavior firsthand.
It's the dead and down material on the forest floor or the dead grass that's standing is really the kindling of our fires. It's the dead material that burns.
We caught up with this inspection crew in the hills of Greenbrae. Their mission is to bolster defensible space to stop an ordinary fire from turning into a major fire. These visits do not lead to punishing fines. Inspection crews want to document and point out vulnerabilities to help homeowners make their property fire safe. This neighborhood shows the good and bad. The property on the right with little to no brush is prepared for fire season. The adjacent property to the left needs a bit of work. This is the home inspectors are targeting. Since the occupants were away, our cameras were not allowed on the property and the crew could only do a partial inspection. Over a 15-minute time span, the team logged potential threats, took numerous pictures, and left this notice on the door. A unique access code will lead to their findings. In this case, there is a lot of recommended work.
There's a lot of grasses and weeds that need to be managed. There's a lot of vegetation that's poorly maintained that we noted. And getting up closer to the house, there's like broom and other things that are on the hillside that need to be maintained and taken out.
These preventative measures could pay off when the flourishing vegetation turns into potential fuel for a fire. This is all linked to the flooding rains from last winter.
Historically, what has happened is that we have a catastrophic fire season following drought-busting winters.
Rainfall totals for the year show this year's amount skyrocketing past normal levels. The last time we had this much rain was 6 years ago. Following that active winter, we saw this, the devastating North Bay fires in the fall of 2017.
Let's talk about the Tubbs fire. It started as in the grass, progressed into brush and timber, and then by the time it got into Santa Rosa, it turned into a house-to-house fire.
This brings us back to the importance of the house-to-house visits happening now. Crews will continue to ramp up inspections over the summer. Progress is the goal, and it is happening.
So you get some people that are really happy to see you, that have actually done work around their house, and they want to walk with you and show you everything they did.
Okay, so Mark's joining us here now. We saw those flyers in the story for people to take a notice of. It's very important they do that.
Really important and really helpful, right? And when we were hanging out with the crew that day, the occupants of the home were not there, but they were there about 15 minutes, as we mentioned. And when they're done, there's a little unique access code here, so they can go onto a website, type in that code, and they can get a personalized summary of all their findings. And they just want progress. It doesn't have to be immediate, but just one step at a time.
Yeah. So you talked obviously about how the historic rainfall we got during the winter months, it has caused the vegetation to really grow like crazy. But are the rains also going to push back the start of the most severe part of the fire season? Yeah, that was kind of like the leading, I guess, motivation for this story, because last year we were talking about drought and how bad the fire season was going to be, and this time around we're not hearing it so much. But I guess the good news with the rainfall is it sort of lessens the fire season. It's not as long. But when you get to the peak dryness, the peak heat, August, September, October, November, it could be very dangerous. So you should still be
extra aware and extra concerned, because it could still, as you heard, it could still be a catastrophic season if you don't prepare.
Yeah,
Yeah,
CAL FIRE
absolutely.
already has all of their resources on board.
Yeah,
Right,
for
Mark,
sure.
thank you.
Appreciate it, Mark.